We're in round one. We're going to keep this hand. We're on the draw. That was a good draw. All right. Okay. Let's get in there and play the negator. Okay. Ghostly Sentinel's a good draw. Next turn we're going to be able to do Rush of Ice too. For full value. All right. That's a good draw. Yeah. That's pretty nasty. Royal Spout's going to do some work. I'm guessing Oblivion's right. Smothering Abomination. All right. Okay. All right. So now we're just going to Royal Spout the Shrieker, and he's going to have to sack the Abomination. Guess I don't get to attack, though. Still feels like it's the right play. Hmm. Alright, so now we're just going to Rush of Ice it. And get in for a ton of damage. Alright, so opponent just looks like he's playing black-green and just did not see the green mana. So probably had a grip full of green mana. Still did a lot of damage against us. What does black-green typically mean? Black-green typically means a lot of little creatures. I think cards like Membrane and Tightening Coils are going to be typically worse against black-green decks than, say, like Pathway Arrows. But I'm thinking of the old school black-green decks that were like the Swarm Surge decks. Corpse Churn, too. What does that tell me? Corpse Churn kind of tells me like Seed Guardian. I'm trying to think of other Graveyard Matters cards. I might just keep it the same, only because we didn't really get a ton of information there, did we? Yeah, like he's got Bone Splinters, which really does make Membrane and Tightening Coils worse. Did we see an X1 there? I feel like we did, right? We saw Abomination, Shrieker, we saw Hedron Crawler, which is what he Bone Splintered. Should I speculatively bring in Pathway Arrows? It does lock down. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do it. We're going to speculatively bring in Pathway Arrows because it kills Hedron Crawler and it locks down Smothering Abomination and it locks down Shrieker as well. And I just think these cards might be slightly worse against those. But we'll see. I'm just guessing there's a bunch of X1s in there, like Eyeless Watcher or something. We're going to keep this. We only need one land to play the Cultivator Drones. Although I guess, well, I thought this was a blue mana for some reason. Huh. Guess we're going to get rid of one of our drones. All right. Trying to think what I need the least. It seems like I'm not going to be able to use Prophet of Distortion this game. Why didn't he? Looks like he feared the. I think he feared the destroyer creature thing. But not this turn. Jeez, this hand did not pan out. Like, I did think it was an island, but we were on the draw 2 lands. We definitely missed a lot. Alright, looks like we got punished hard for keeping that hand, unfortunately. But, yeah, we got punished way harder for keeping that hand than I was expecting. Alright, hopefully we can keep a hand in Game 3 that looks comparable and not quite get punished as badly. So do I want to do the Pathway Arrows now? Probably not. Let's go back to the Membrane. Problem is the Smothering Abomination and its Bone Splinters really does make those cards worse, but I don't know what to tell you. It just makes the cards worse. Negate actually stops Bone Splinters pretty nicely. They still have to sack the creature, and then you get to counter it. All right, let's just draw a little bit better here, and we'll be fine, I think. All right, here's a keep. In case I need double blue. I don't need double blue for anything, do I? I think... Do I need... I can already have double white. I'm going to play the Vestige here. I don't need the mana for anything. Doesn't really matter either way, does it? No. Really doesn't matter. Alright, we've got a good tempo plan now. It's a lot of Sears lanterns. Yeah, I think we're just going to sweep that away. I mean, it could sweep away the translator, but that turns off an attack for a turn. It also gets rid of his flyer, though. Yeah, I guess that might be better, actually. Alright. I mean, getting rid of the flyer seems important. Might as well play the land. If he has discard, we're going to lose them both anyway. I couldn't wait until my opponent's turn because then... Because why? Because then my opponent wouldn't attack and my opponent would be able to sack the translator for value. Okay. Depleter's beatable. Okay, so Sifter. Still on a 2-turn clock, sadly. I guess it was going to be 2-turn anyway because of the depleter. Now that I think about it. Okay. Bone Splinter's my guess on the Matter Reshaper. Taking out a Negator. Taking out the Tide Drifter. So my opponent's got complete disregard too. Maybe just trying to race. Oh, Value Town. Why not attack with the... Depleter? I don't know. All right. Didn't scry upkeep. That's worrisome. Guess has to use the Seer's Lantern, maybe? Probably. Gul'Draz's Overseer. Well, that's a problem. Yeah, it's a problem. Draw 2, unfortunately. My opponent's at 3. Really wish I could punish my opponent here. So my opponent makes a landfall with a swamp. Could attack for 4. This does not get pumped. 7, 9. That Gul'Draz's Overseer is very punishing. And the Depleter is going to get us. What can I draw? Royal Spout? Rush of Ice? Tightening Coils? Reflector Mage? Relief Captain? Ondu Rising? Deep Fathom Skulker? We've got so many draws. I'm going to lock down the Depleter because landfall becomes a problem. And I don't think he's going to attack with the Overseer anyway, so I'm just going to lock that down now. If I attack with both, he just kills my Negator. And he goes to 1. It's not good enough. We got to chill. That Depleter is going to be a tough race, man. Well, at least he's not using it, I guess. Let's see if he topped or bottom. Put a card on top, which is worrisome. Yeah, that's pretty bad for us, too. Oh, man, I want to punish the greed so badly, guys. I want to punish that greed so bad. I would kill to punish this greed. Oh, I wish my deck would let me punish greed. So desperately want to punish it. I have to block too, man. This game's made me sad, man. So many opportunities to punish greed and just not rewarded. This is a tough loss, man. It's a real tough loss. And he's got the Scion too. All right, that's a tough loss, man. We just really needed to punish that greed. Had all the opportunities in the world. Opponent was just greedily attacking into us, and we had so many tempo plays that would have just destroyed him there, and they were just so many turns away. All right, that's a tough loss, man. We're going to have to take it and be unhappy with it. Go back to Swiss. So we'll see you then. Really nice deck, too. Wish it could have came together for us in Game 3. All right, we'll see you back in Swiss.